Last week, we went through the top 5 dream matches that could still possibly happen. It's only fair that we do the injustice to ourselves to talk about the top 5 dream matches that we will never see. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a WWE ice cream bar. Welcome to the Triple Threat Wrestling Podcast. Welcome back to the show. It's your boy Lucky, joined by the co-host MVP. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. We try to drop daily wrestling content. Right above me, here's the WWE shop link. Make sure you click that and shop all the new merch. Get yourself an OTC shirt. It's no extra money, just an extra click to support the WWE, and you just help support your boys at the Triple Threat Wrestling Podcast. So thank you for doing that. MVP, welcome back. How are you?
I'm good. You?
I'm going to get real sad here in a minute because we're going to talk about the top 5 matches we will never see in our life. So you went first last week. I'll kick us off here this week if you don't mind.
All right. Go right ahead.
Because I am interested to talk about this one. Brock Lesnar versus Shawn Michaels is my number 1.
Okay.
And because I think that match is big time, and the way that Shawn can sell for his opponents. Imagine Shawn Michaels going to Suplex City.
Oh.
I mean,
he died.
Like he died. And I think that it would be one of those like David versus Goliath matches. Like, can he overcome the beast? Because he's a smaller build compared to Brock Lesnar. And I think it would be phenomenal. I think it'd be a great match. So I'm going to go Shawn Michaels versus Brock Lesnar.
Okay. My number 1, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Hulk Hogan.
I like that, yeah.
The 2 top juggernauts of wrestling. One from the 80s, one from the Attitude Era. Arguably the greatest match to never happen. And it could have happened back in, WrestleMania 18?
I think it was supposed to. And then it switched gears to The Rock.
Yeah. So we never got this match. But then if this match happened, we'd never have The Rock versus Hulk Hogan. Well,
yeah.
Well, actually, Rock, you had 2 against Hulk Hogan.
I do think that if you switch those out and Stone Cold's in that match, you won't have the iconic part of what made that match so special is the transition of roles because the fans got behind the NWO Hogan. I don't think if that first Rock and Hogan match would have been the red and yellow Hogan versus The Rock, it wouldn't have been as big as that one.
Okay. Yeah, but Stone Cold versus Hulk Hogan. Do we see it happen? I don't see it happening. Dream match, never gonna happen. That's my number 1.
All right. It's sad, right? Talking about these and you're like, man, I wish I would have saw that.
Well, all right. So Hogan's had what, like 15 million back surgeries? Not gonna happen.
Give or take. Okay, my number 2. I went through my first pick was like just an obliteration of Shawn Michaels and Suplex City. Let's go to a technical wrestling match that would be off the charts great. Bret Hart versus Kurt Angle. With hair. That Kurt Angle with hair. Not Perk Angle, because he would kill Bret Hart. But I think it would be one of those great matches. I could just see like sharpshooters turned into ankle locks, and it would just be a great match. I could talk all day about it, but it's one of those matches that just like when you watch them in the ring and see how good they are and what they're capable of, like it would be such a great match, and we'll never get to see it. All because of you, Bill Goldberg. You hurt Bret Hart, and he'll never, ever recover from it. Thank you anyway. All right. I got that off my chest.
Well, you're not going to like my number 2.
Oh.
I'm going prime here. Prime Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Prime Bill Goldberg.
All right. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Attitude Era. WWE's top guy versus WCW's top guy. Just imagine. I mean, they're both bald. They both wear black boots. They both wear black trunks. It writes itself. Oh, you want to be me? Oh, you're next. And then it's just all out brawling. Far from a technical classic, but just imagine the WWF champion versus the WCW World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, I can just see that. You're next. Well, I don't give a damn who's next. All I know is you come over here, I'm gonna stomp a mud hole in your ass. Terrible,
Ah!
terrible impersonations. I look like The Rock doing it.
And then, what?
Yeah. You're next. What? You're next. What? Okay.
That's my number 2.
My number 3. And how I would want it, honestly, is John Cena Rise Above Hate. That version of John Cena that nothing will turn me negative versus NWO Hulk Hogan. I'd like that face versus heel where Cena could say, you know, you're better than this. You don't have to be evil. You could come back to the good. It would just be a good mic battle. You know, Hogan could carry his own in a situation like
Let me
that.
tell you something, brother.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't think it's one of those matches that would like be anything to like write home about. Like it's a 10-star Dave Meltzer whatever match, but it would be very cool to see and see just the biggest icons of each generation going at each other. Because John Cena is the Hulk Hogan of that ruthless aggression and PG era.
Absolutely.
And, you know, so it would just be a very good spectacle to see. I don't think it'd be a great match, but it doesn't matter because we'll never see it, and it's unfortunate. So off to you.
All right, my number 3 will be a technical classic. Going AJ Styles versus Shawn Michaels.
All right.
Now, we often hear that AJ Styles is today's Shawn Michaels. So just imagine both. You know, they have, you know, they're technical wrestlers. They have great arsenals. They sell like champs. Number 1, so they both look like they'd be killing each other and making each other look good. Yeah. Not to mention both of them being like all-time greats. Definitely would love to see them. But, you know, Shawn Michaels retired. His last match is still The Undertaker, technically.
What a cluster.
Maybe if Saudi paid him enough, it's not going to happen.
Shawn Michaels will never wrestle again. How many years ago was that one? 7?
I don't remember.
I think we're as far removed from that match as that match is removed from Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker at WrestleMania 26. There's no chance Shawn comes back. And if you've heard AJ Styles on his Twitter, he said, I'm what the kids call cooked because of his injury. So
2018.
20, 6 years ago. My number 4, no one here is a stranger to this match. We all have wanted this match. Undertaker versus Sting.
Mm-hmm.
And just in a what is the word I'm looking for? Hold on. Let me find it. It is just atrocious that we will never see this match because
it is
just having Undertaker, and I'm talking like WrestleMania 25 Undertaker versus like 1997 Starrcade Sting. That would I'd watch it till my eyes bleed. I'd watch it over and over and over again. Because Sting was very good in the ring, and Undertaker makes everyone look good in the ring. I mean, he's one of those ring generals. No No shout out to Gunther, but Taker and Sting, they would tear the house down. That would sell. It would sell so many pay-per-views, and I don't know why Vince wouldn't have done that instead of the Triple H and Sting. I don't care what excuse they've all came up with. It should have been Taker versus Sting. If you wanted to sell that pay-per-view, that's all you had to do. Put those two together. But yeah, number 4, Taker versus Sting.
My number 4, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus CM Punk. Now, it was teased, what was it, 2013? When they had a sit down with JR. I think this is around the time WWE 2K13 came out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they had those two sitting with good old Jim Ross and just exchanging verbal jabs to each other. And oh man, if something would have came of it, that would have been the time. Um, do we see it happen? Honestly, at this stage of the game, I do not see this happening. I think Austin and Kevin Owens, that was a one-off. um, I think Stone Cold.
One-off or not, I'm surprised Stone Cold took as many bumps in that match as he did.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah. But I do think it's a one-off, so I don't see this ever happening. But definitely would be a dream match for sure. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus CM Punk.
Yeah, I think so too. That'd be very good. The mic battles would be awesome too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm rounding out my top 5 with a match that I think they've skirted around it, like it maybe almost happened a couple times, but
yeah.
Shawn Michaels versus The Rock.
Okay.
And that sells itself. That's another one of those Rock and Hogan situations that this match has to happen at WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. It has to have The Rock just saying, you know what, Mr. WrestleMania or not, I'm taking you down. I'm gonna prove I'm Mr. WrestleMania, because I mean, it would just be a great match. I mean, and Shawn can sell anything, selling the Rock bottom like he got shot, all that stuff. And The Rock is also a great seller. I mean, the Sweet Chin Music would take his head off and put it in a crowd. But
well, he did take a Sweet Chin Music.
He did, but
the very first episode of SmackDown.
Yeah, I know.
We almost saw it happen.
we saw. That's why I said we skirted around it. But yeah, my number 5, Shawn Michaels versus The Rock.
Rounding out my list are a couple of dare I say paranormal individuals.
Vampiro or what?
No, just they can do a lot of that special effects type stuff. Sting versus Bray Wyatt.
All right.
They both can do a lot of the mind game stuff. A lot of the paranormal stuff. And I just think this would be a very fun match to watch. Bray Wyatt was fairly safe in the ring. I never heard of someone dislike being in the ring with him. And, Sting, before he, well, I mean, he was still taking some big bumps in AEW, but just how slowed down he became after his match with Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
But these two, just the characters these two would bring to the table for a program, that I think it'd be fun to watch. Sting versus Bray Wyatt.
All right, well, that rounds out the top 5 dream matches that we will never see happen. If you agree with us, drop it in the comments. If you think we're way off base, let us know. If you want to roast us on the territory days, it wouldn't be the first time. MVP, thanks for being along. And again, if you're new, MVP, thanks for coming along for the ride. And again, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. We try to drop daily wrestling content, and we'll see you on the next one.